consciousness very intensely are very rare. To speak with them, to discuss with them, to sit and chant Krishna's name with them, it's a great blessing because that intense purity can purify us a lot. So this young boy Srinivas met Narahari Sarkar. This Narahari Sarkar had a very great story. I forgot his name, whether it's Narahari Sarkar or his spiritual master or disciple, one of them. I forgot the devotee's name. Every day Mahaprabhu used to ask him, why don't you preach? Why don't you spread the holy names of Krishna? But this devotee was all the time chanting and spending time very deeply, privately. He never goes around and spread the message to others. So Mahaprabhu was reminding him every day, and one day Mahaprabhu told him little heavily, why don't you do this? And the devotee felt very bad. Every day Mahaprabhu is reminding me, requesting me, asking me, and how unfortunate and lazy I am. I'm not doing this. So he decided, tomorrow morning, whomsoever I meet, the first man tomorrow, whomever I meet first tomorrow, I'm going to preach about Krishna to him. So early morning, in the dead of the night, before the sunrise, early morning, it's dark. He went to take bath in river Ganges. And when he was taking bath, somebody actually patted him. So in the dark, immediately he preached to that person. He said, please chant Krishna's name, your life will be very successful. And he preached. And that man got up and paid obeisances and took up Krishna consciousness so beautifully and walked away. Actually, what happened, that person was a dead body, actually, dead man. Previous day was his wedding arranged. And before wedding, as a customary ritual, he went to take bath in Ganga. So when he dipped in Ganges, the current was so heavy, he was just taken away by the waters. He got caught in the water current, and he lost his life. And his dead body was floating in Ganges. And when this particular devotee was taking a dip, that body came and touched him. And the devotee did not realize it's a dead body. The devotee simply preached to him. And that's the power of a pure devotee. That lava, that tiny association which he received from that devotee, the dead man came back to life, came alive. Then he's so serious. He became a devotee and he preached to thousands and thousands of people. He was fearless because he was already a dead man. He has seen what is death. He has experienced what is death. So he was so powerful and fearless, and he used to boldly go and preach because he was not scared about anything in life. It even happened that once he preached to tiger. 10 minutes. Once he preached to tiger also. He was so fearless. He was preaching. So this is the power of association. Any devotee who very deeply, intensely practicing Krishna consciousness, they will be glowing with bhakti and tejas. So Srinivas Acharya had such a wonderful association with Narahari Sarkar. And Narahari Sarkar told Lord Srinivas, he was a very young boy at that time, 14 years, 15-year-old boy. Narahari Sarkar said, you should go and meet Lord Chaitanya. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told me that he is waiting for you and he will initiate you. And Srinivas Acharya said, why don't you initiate me? And Narahari Sarkar said, no, I will not initiate you. Only Mahaprabhu will initiate. So you go to Puri and meet Mahaprabhu. This is time for you. So then Srinivas Acharya was making plans to go to Puri. By the time his father passed away. So he attended to all the final rites. Father was a wonderful devotee, Chaitanya Das. He took care of all the wonderful activities. He took care of all the things, necessary rituals, everything. Then he went to Puri. On the way, this is happening in Navadvip, and from Navadvip he is going to Puri. And all the way, he thought it's a wonderful chance I'm traveling to Puri. So why don't I meet all the devotees, en route to Puri? So you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, many names are there. Advaitacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, so many, Gopinath, Vaninath. So this boy became so jubilant. On the way, he was meeting every single devotee, taking as much as, like grabbing association. He was like collecting money, collecting association. Okay, this devotee is on the way. Let me go and meet him, pay obeisances because he has spent time with Lord Chaitanya. Okay, this devotee has spent time with Lord Chaitanya. Let me go and meet him. And that devotee being Rath Yatra, and like that, he was searching and trying to meet all the devotees en route. And, he really took a long time to reach Puri. He was glowing. He was so happy, jumping and dancing. By the time he reached Jagannath Puri, he came to know Lord Chaitanya left this planet. Lord Chaitanya at a very young age. Many devotees saw Lord Chaitanya doing kirtan in Tota Gopinath temple in Puri. Then after kirtan, Lord Chaitanya simply walked inside the deity of Gopinath. So when Srinivas came there to Puri and he got this news Mahaprabhu has left this planet, it was like his soul was snatched away by someone. He was feeling that immense pain. I missed Lord Chaitanya. I have never seen him. I have heard so much about Lord Chaitanya and I simply wanted to see Lord Chaitanya. And I missed that the terrible pain he had. And he was telling devotees, what is the use of me living? Rather I will go and jump in ocean and commit suicide. Then devotee said, don't worry. It is okay. You can go and meet Lord Nityananda. So Srinivas Acharya decided, okay, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has passed away, I will take initiation from Nityananda Prabhu. So he ran to meet Nityananda Prabhu. Unfortunately, Nityananda Prabhu also left this planet. And this small 16-year-old boy, Srinivas, was totally broken, shattered. He could not console himself. He couldn't hold himself together. Then many senior devotees, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and all of them convinced him, don't worry. You have to meet, you have to go to Vrindavan. That's the order Lord Chaitanya has given. Before that, you please go and meet Gadadhar Pandit, who is living in Tota Gopinath. And Gadadhar Pandit, we all know from Panchatattva, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar Srivas. This Gadadhar Pandit, who is none other than Radharani. Gadadhar Pandit was also a sannyasi. He has taken Kshetra sannyas. Because Gadadhar Pandit used to always go with Lord Chaitanya because he is Radharani. Wherever Lord Chaitanya goes, Gadadhar Pandit will follow like a shadow. So Mahaprabhu finally scolded Gadadhar Pandit and asked him to take Kshetra sannyas and serve Gopinath ji, which means he should never leave Gopinath temple. And Gadadhar Pandit was literally crying and fainting every day. He will think of Lord Chaitanya so deeply, cry and faint and fall down. So he was feeling so much of separation. So this young 16-year-old boy went to Gadadhar Pandit and said, Mahaprabhu asked me to meet you. I came to meet Mahaprabhu. But unfortunately, Mahaprabhu left this planet. Can you accept me? Can you teach me Bhagavatam? So that's a prayer submitted by Srinivas Acharya to Gadadhar Pandit. So when Gadadhar Pandit heard this, Gadadhar Pandit said, I am very sorry, Srinivas. Actually, Lord Chaitanya had informed about you to me. But out of separation, I am not able to console myself. So much of pain, I cannot survive without Lord Chaitanya. I am feeling so bad. And I am crying, and my tears had spoiled my Bhagavatam. So Gadadhar Pandit took the palm leaves and showed it to Srinivas and said, by my tears, these palm leaves are all spoiled. So you do one thing, I will teach you Bhagavatam. You go back to Navadvip. And I heard that Narahari Sarkar is having an additional copy of Bhagavatam. Why don't you bring that? Because in those days, taking copies of Bhagavatam means if a student wanted to study Bhagavatam, his responsibility is to take his guru's palm leaves and copy and make his own palm leaf of 18,000 shlokas on the palm leaf. So they have to select a particular palm tree, chop it for months together. That has to be soaked in oil and dried in hot sun, some processes. Then they peel it and make some leaves like a notebook. It's a whole process of copying. Not like today you go pay money and buy it from a ISKCON center, Hare Krishna center and keep it in your house. Not like that. They have to literally make palm leaves and copy their gurus, make prints. That's how they used to make print. So Srinivas Acharya went back to Narahari Sarkar in Navadvip and he collected the copies. It took quite a long time. Then he came back walking. You imagine, from Navadvip he went to Puri, and Puri he came back to again Navadvip, all walking. Now with the palm leaves, again he is going back to Puri with the palm leaves. Then Srinivas Acharya, very young, maybe by the time he has become 17-year-old or something like that, carrying those palm leaves and running towards Gadadhar Pandit because that's Mahaprabhu's final order. By the time Srinivas Acharya reached Chota Gopinath temple, Gadadhar Pandit has already left his body in separation. Separation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar Pandit also left his body. This time Srinivas was totally broken apart. He was completely shaken. He decided, I am right now going to the ocean, I'll jump inside the waters and I'll commit suicide. If I don't get the mercy of Acharya, if I don't get Diksha, it is like spiritually I am an orphan. See how much importance these devotees have given for Diksha, accepting the blessings of a spiritual master. If I don't get the blessings of a spiritual master, I am an orphan. If I don't, he was ready to go and jump inside the ocean and commit suicide in Puri. Again, devotees somehow consoled him. Then sent him to Vrindavan. Said, go. Mahaprabhu has given all the instructions to Rupa Sanatan. You go there. Study with Rupa Sanatan. And they will take care of you. And the whole instruction. So, again, Srinivas Acharya went to Rupa Sanatan.